Law and Order, Special Victims Unit premiered in 1999, and after 26 seasons on the air, some of the actors have appeared in hundreds of episodes of the series. The series has become the most successful spin-off of the Law and Order franchise, even having more episodes than the flagship show. SVU centers on the detectives and attorneys who work on crimes with a sexual component. The characters who have appeared in the show the longest are some of the ones who end up leaving after the darkness of the job gets to them. The actors who have appeared in the most episodes are also playing iconic SVU characters. 11. Diane Neal as Casey Novak. Seasons 5 to 9, 12, 13. A split image of Casey Novak at the beginning and end of her time on Law and Order, SVU. Diane Neal appeared in 113 episodes of Law and Order, SVU, though only 112 of those were as attorney Casey Novak. Her first appearance in the show was as a completely different character, which has become common practice in the Law and Order franchise. There are many actors who have played more than one role. Novak made her first appearance in Season 5, barging into a crime scene where Benson and Stabler were gathering evidence. In her first scene in the series, Novak established herself as someone passionate about seeing cases through and making sure to do everything by the book. She also rubbed Benson and Stabler the wrong way, but eventually becomes a firm ally for them. The darkness of the job, however, would eventually get to her. In Season 9, she intentionally withholds evidence during a trial in hopes of getting a mistrial and being able to prosecute the case again. Not only did it cost her the case, but it also cost her her job for a few years. Her behavior in the case followed her during her final appearances in Seasons 12 and 13, and Novak became a great examination of how the work the team does on the show weighs on them. Raul Esparza as Rafael Barber. Seasons 14 to 23. A split image of Rafael Barber in one of his first and last episodes of Law and Order, SVU. Raul Esparza began his time on SVU in Season 14 in recurring status before being up to a series regular in Season 15. Barber made a big impression on fans with his theatrical courtroom routines as an assistant district attorney, which included a demonstration of being strangled with a belt. Over time, Barber revealed himself to be a ruthless lawyer who knew how to bend the rules in his favor. He also had a magnetic personality and knew how to wisecrack with the best of them, which made him a good fit to banter with the detectives whose cases he took on. Like a lot of the characters who left SVU after appearing for multiple seasons, Barber's exit from the series came after the weight of the job had become too much for him. A particularly traumatic case that involved the decision to take a child off life support led to Barber's resignation. At the time, he resigned after being a prosecutor for 21 years. Despite that, he has continued to appear with Esparza getting to guest star in both SVU and Organized Crime as a defense attorney, allowing Esparza to play new angles of the familiar character, Tamara Tunie as Dr. Melinda Warner. Seasons 2 to 23. A split image depicts Melinda Warren in one of her first and last appearances for Law and Order, SVU. Just as there are multiple detectives and multiple assistant district attorneys during the run of the show, there are multiple medical examiners. Dr. Melinda Warner is the one who appears the most in the series, with 226 episodes. She is not often seen in longer story arcs, but is presented as one of the most well-rounded supporting cast members. Much about her background and her family is revealed during the time on the show. She is calm and pragmatic in her approach to dealing with cases, which makes her a grounding force during a lot of her appearances. Over her time in the show, she has worked her way up to become the chief medical examiner for her region. That means she would not be devoting her time to one unit of the police department's cases, which makes her appearing less frequently logical as the show goes on. While Dr. Warren has not really been written out of SVU, she has not appeared since the 500th episode of the series. She has, however, appeared in Law and Order, Organized Crime as a guest star. Tunie is now one of the leads in the soap opera Beyond the Gates, but that does not mean she will not return in the future. D.B. Wong as Dr. George Huang. Seasons 2 to 17. A split image of Dr. Huang in one of his first and last Law and Order, SVU appearances. Like Dr. Warren, Dr. Huang also made his debut in Season 2 of Law and Order, SVU. He also appeared in close to the same number of episodes, with 230. Dr. Huang is introduced as a forensic psychologist who primarily worked with the FBI. He lent his services to SVU periodically over the course of several seasons. Like Warren, Huang is often very clinical in his assessments, which sometimes places him at odds with the empathetic Olivia. When he disappears from the series, it is revealed he took a new job, but he returns in Season 17. There, Dr. Huang is no longer working with SVU, but has retired from his previous job and is consulting for criminal defense lawyers. After a tense standoff with Benson about his new role, Huang has not returned to SVU. Peter Scanavino as Dominic "Sonny" Carisi Jr. Seasons 16 to 27. Carisi does not appear until season 16 of the series, but the character had a very different start than most of the aides in the series. Carisi started out as a police officer. Carisi was brought into SVU to replace another detective. During his time, it's revealed that he is a bit of a hothead who can be intense in interrogations, which has led to him hopping around to several different units. He finds his niche in SVU, even if it is not as a detective. Carisi not only proves himself a valuable asset and is able to get control of his temper, but he also studies to become a lawyer and works under Barber before becoming an assistant district attorney himself. Of course, he has also become closer to the team thanks to his romantic relationship with Amanda Rollins. Carisi has appeared in 230 episodes so far, but he will also be appearing in Law & Order, SVU Season 27, so there is certainly more to come from him. 6. Kelly Giddish as Amanda Rollins. Seasons 13 to 27. Amanda Rollins is the detective that SVU just cannot do without. While she has appeared in 263 episodes of the series so far since season 13, actor Kelly Giddish was let go from the series in 2022. Despite that, Giddish has continued to guest star as Rollins periodically in the show. Rollins has some of the most character development of any of the characters added to the series after season 10. She made the move to New York's SVU after working as a detective in Georgia, where she is originally from. Rollins has battled gambling addiction, has 3 children, has gotten married, and has worked both in the police's intelligence unit and as a professor specializing in criminal behavior. Rollins has made a huge impression on fans of the show and has been put through the ringer along the way. Fans are definitely looking forward to Giddish returning to the role as a main character in Law & Order, SVU Season 27. 5. Christopher Maloney as Elliot Stabler. Seasons 1 to 12, 22 to 24, 26. Christopher Maloney made his Law & Order, SVU debut in the pilot episode of the series. Elliot Stabler was a series regular for the first 12 seasons of the show, and early in the series, his home life got more development than anyone else's until he and his family decided to move to Italy.